Hey everyone, so on this video, Kyle and I finally made it over to Lake Kissimmee. Neither of us have fished on a big lake before, so this is gonna be something completely different for us. I want to thank Jackie and Brad for inviting us over to their cabin and letting us stay the night. It was a ton of fun, a lot better than going to work that day like we usually do. But hopefully we can find some fish. At the very end of this video, I'm gonna put a little bit of information on what we're using and just some of the techniques that we used while we were on Lake Kissimmee. So stay tuned. Lake Kissimmee bass, and I caught a stick. Woohoo! About fucking time, bro.
Let's go.
That flipping hook off and throw on a. I'll take off my. Yeah, that speed worm. Take the speed worm off and throw on a fucking frog just for the hell of it. Probably that Molex frog would probably be the best choice. Got some movement up there. You see that? Hear him.
Don't back up. Right here. Yeah, multiple of them.
Woo! Let's go!
He just came off too.
Yes!
Finally.
I can watch them wake up on it and crush it.
Here, let me get us over by these cows and we'll get a good picture.
Hell yeah, dude. Finally. Oh my God.
Brother. That was a good fish.
That was a big fish right there. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, man. That was a giant. I think he got my feet.
Huh?
He got my feet.
Here, Rob. Put my line over here. You rip them off?
Yeah.
Dope. Good fish.
Oh my God.
Nice. Solid. You?
Yes! Let's fucking go, bro.
Nice fish.
Woo! Woo! Hell yeah! Finally figured it out. Oh! Oh! Yes, 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 yes. There you go.
Oh, man. Dude.
I wasn't even looking.
God damn it. Nice fish, dude.
Oh shit.
Smoked him. That's a good looking fish. Fuck you. What the hell? That thing
That's a chunker.
Yeah, nice fish. Now what rod is that?
It's the Ike frog rod.
7.4?
Yeah.
You like it?
Oh yeah. So I didn't have a whole lot to really, record. I had a couple blow-ups I was able to get on the GoPro. I had 2 or 3 that happened. I had one fish that blew up and I didn't have the GoPro on, and then I had another one that wasn't on either, so I was kind of bummed with that, but we were able to get a little bit of video. So to start off our day, we started at 7 o'clock in the morning, and Kyle and I are not used to fishing a lake like this. It's a big lake. We're used to fishing the ponds by land here, and just fishing like Lake Seminole, tarpon, all that stuff. So to go and fish a lake the size of Kissimmee and just how much water is on that lake, it's insane. Like when we first got out there, we're like, holy cow, look at this place, it's massive. So it was definitely humbling and challenging all at the same time. And we had so much information. We had so many people that we know that are just awesome people, being able to tell us what to use, where to go, and just it gave us so much information. It was great, and I thank everyone that did that. They didn't have to do that, and we appreciate you guys so much for helping us. But everything everybody told us didn't work. I don't know if it was us. I don't know if it was the fish. I think it was the fish, honestly. But from what we've been told, the bite was really hard this week on Kissimmee. So, of course, when we go, the bite's tough. Shocker. But we started off throwing Senkos around lily pads. We started throwing speed worms, chatterbaits, top waters, flipping. We flipped a couple areas too with some smaller plastics. I was on a palmetto bugs, getting into some of the nastiest stuff, and nothing was working. So as the morning went on, we did find some Kissimmee grass. Kyle picked one off with a Senko. We thought, sweet, we figured it out. We need to fish this Kissimmee grass with Senkos. Well, that was the only fish that bit in that grass on a Senko. So we're like, back to square one on trying to figure out what these fish are doing and how we're going to catch them. So day was going on. It's around 1:30 in the afternoon, and we went to this one bank, and it was about 3 foot deep, and we just went down this bank, and the sun finally came out a little bit, so it was getting warm, and no one really recommended throwing a frog. Now, I don't think throwing a frog in February, especially with it being so cold lately, was a good idea, but I was hearing bullfrogs, and I was like, there's frogs here, I'm going to throw a frog. There's nothing to lose, we haven't really caught anything. So the first 30 minutes, I had 2 blow-ups. I missed one, and I caught one, which is the fish that I, lost. Or I hooked. I got into the boat, and it pulled off. That was the first fish. And we kind of got an idea, like, okay, these fish are a little more active, even though it's been kind of overcast all day. The sun came out a little bit. It's warming up a little bit. So we went and fished another area. Nothing. So we left, fished a really similar style area that we fished when we caught that first fish, and that's where we started getting bites. I was throwing a Mullix frog. It has like a 2 kicker legs on the back. It's hollow body, so I can throw it up into a lot of grass. It doesn't get snagged up. And then Kyle was throwing a black spro popping frog. He was getting blow-ups. I was getting a couple blow-ups. We just kept missing. The fish were kind of iffy. But then I threw up against the bank and brought it off. I blew up twice. Missed the first bite, threw it back in there, missed it again, and that dang fish took my legs. Now I only had 1 set of legs, so I'm like, I have nothing to lose. I'm gonna throw back in there with just a piece of floating plastic, and did 2 twitches, and he came back and hit. Now that would never happen in Pinellas County. I don't care who you are. Those fish here, they've been pressured so much that they don't. You get 1 chance pretty much. Very rarely you're gonna have another chance. So I couldn't believe it. Caught that fish. I was stoked. 4-pound fish on the bow grip, and we kind of got an idea. Like, okay, they're hitting frogs. Let's just fish this whole entire shoreline out. The wind pushes down, and fish it. I think we had a couple more blow-ups. Nothing crazy. And then I caught 1 more fish. I had to take the Mullix off because I had no legs. So I put on a Teckle frog. It was the only other frog I had in my box that had like a similar style tail. I felt like the louder it was, the the more reaction bite we had. And of course, Kyle had a Mullix frog, so he switched to that too and had a couple really good blowups. But tackle wise, all my reels were Albie Garcia. My frog reel MGX on an Ike 7.4 frog rod down to, this is 40-pound ultra cast. I usually use 50, but all I had was 40 at the time. If you're fishing deeper cover, 50 and 65 is what you want, because you're going to have to bring that fish in along with, you know, anywhere from 10, 15 pounds of grass. You never know. So you want to have that heavy braid to get them out. And luckily, the area we were at, it wasn't super thick cover. It was more like that real short, like Kissimmee grass kind of stuff. I think that's what it's called. And we were able to pull those fish out with that with no problem. But very humbling, to say the least. It was a lot of work. We caught fish, and it was a ton of fun. It was really different. I want to go and do it again. I think if we went back during the summertime when there's a lot more frogs, I would like to go do that. And we'll see what happens. I want to bass fish a lot more now, especially after that trip. And I'm thinking either I'm going to start taking the Hobie out more and doing some bass fishing from the Hobie, or maybe I'll get a bass boat or a small skiff. You know, who knows? You know, I think I can use my kayak for saltwater and then use the bass boat for freshwater, obviously. But or I can get a small skiff and I can do both. Who knows? I just need to find a room for a boat. I don't have room for a boat. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. It was a ton of fun fishing over in Lake Kissimmee. And if you've fished there before, you know, put your stories in the comments below. I'd like to read your stories and see what kind of fish you caught there and how your trip was. Thank you guys again so much. Please subscribe to my channel. We're almost to 900. And don't forget to like it, share it if you want. And thanks. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day.